The Minnesota Timberwolves completely went all in for Rudy Gobert, trading Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverley, Leandro Bolmaro, Walker Kessler, Jared Vanderbilt, and 5 first-round picks for Gobert. In earlier trade reports, Utah wanted Jaden McDaniels, but the Wolves didn't want to give him up, hence the draft capital. The Wolves believe in McDaniels and believes he can become something big for them, which is very understandable. A very, very large trade offer for 30-year-old Rudy Gobert. You give up a lot of picks, you are locked in with Gobert now. This move immediately tells me that the Timberwolves are going all in and looking to compete. They saw the run the Warriors went on, saw the run Dallas went on. They just got into the playoffs and had a solid year with the pieces they had. Fan interest is rising. They have the pieces to make a run, so let's shoot for the stars. Let's get the ball rolling more around Cat and Edwards. And in that respect, this trade is commendable. The Wolves should improve defensively, getting one of the best screeners in the league, and improve their rebounding tremendously with Gobert. Say what you want about him, but for years in Utah, he has anchored that defense to high levels and has been looked at to be one of the best defenders in the league, and he has 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards to show for it. He can block shots, deter players from taking shots inside, going towards more mid-range shots, where if he is in a drop, he has the length to affect mid-range shots. He's going to serve as that key backline defender to disrupt players again by the Wolves defenders, and ideally this time he has better perimeter defenders around him to where he doesn't have to worry about doing everything on defense. Gobert immediately becomes this team's best screener and roller, so guys like Edwards and Russell, if he isn't traded, should be able to benefit from his screens and get to their shots. And having a guy spaced out like Cat on the weak side should make defenses think twice before helping off the 41% 3-point shooter. Gobert can also engage in some off-ball stuff where he can screen for Cat and have defenses give more attention to deny Cat, which would open up potential slips for Gobert. You have a good dynamic where Cat is the key popper and Gobert is the key roller. Gobert led the league in rebounding last season, and he is a threat on the defensive and offensive glass. Also, signing a quality forward in Kyle Anderson to complement the defense also helps. So you have something here with a big lineup. We've seen this in LA with the Lakers, Dwight and AD, Cleveland now with Mobley and Allen, the Bucks with Lopez and Giannis, with a finals team recently like the Celtics with Horford and Rob Williams. You are seeing more of these big type of lineups drifting a bit away from pure small ball, where you have one big play aggressive on the perimeter and the other mainly a cleanup rim protector. So in that sense, you have a much more reliable rim protector in Rudy Gobert, who you basically have him as that Rob Will guy, helping and cleaning up shots inside. Now this puts more pressure on a guy like Karl Anthony Towns to play more aggressive ball screen coverages, playing higher at the level, which the Wolves did more of last season, and to Cat's credit, he was pretty solid defensively in that role. But you ideally don't want to switch him on the perimeter, and that's where the question marks come in with Cat. He isn't that Al Horford type defender, and Al Horford was great last season, getting his old legs out there, switching comfortably and challenging perimeter players. Can Cat do that at a high level similar to what Horford did in Boston? That's still a question mark. But with having a backline defender like Rudy, maybe the Wolves do lean into Cat switching more, and even if he does get beat, he can make the correct rotation and leave Gobert to handle drives inside. The idea is to model the defense similar to the Celtics. The defensive personnel might not match it, but the idea is there. Offensively, you have one of the best big shooters and one of the best screen and rollers. But something to definitely note when playoff time comes around, all throughout last season, teams were very much comfortable switching smaller players on Rudy Gobert, and that blew up a lot of open buckets inside for Rudy. Teams did not fear Rudy getting the ball and punishing smaller matchups, because it's a gamble and it's not really a guaranteed bucket when he gets the ball down there. In the regular season, where teams are much more laxed in coverages, Rudy should be a beneficiary off lobs, off rolls and stuff, and you will see a dose of defenses switching smaller guys on him, and we'll see how he reacts to that, if he'll score or if he'll fold. But teams are just comfortable living with the results of Gobert with the ball in his hands and him having to create. This was also another problem in that mess of a series of Memphis and the Timberwolves for Cat, where I believe he will grow and learn from these mistakes, because he completely settled for jumpers and bad shots when Memphis went small, switched, and then you got Dylan Brooks on him and Cat settling for contested jump shots. If these two guys can't attack smaller mismatches, then that's going to be a very scary problem come playoffs. I think this time around for Gobert, a new start. He should be able to get the ball more down low to put some pressure on the defense, because in Utah, so many times he was just not getting the ball, and it's basically a 5-on-4 on offense. Hopefully the Wolves are much more willing to feed him, and hopefully he's able to convert those shots. It falls on Rudy to be better as a post-up guy, sealing defenders and getting off shots inside. Rudy is too gifted as a player to be a slouch on that end. That'll wrap it up for this video. What are your thoughts on the Rudy Gobert trade? Does it get the Timberwolves out of the first round? Also, if you enjoy content like this, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel. With all that being said, I'll see you all in the next video.